We're talking a lot about ventilation today.
Mhm.
What do you think about the role that our kitchen exhaust plays? And it seems like it's a tough one because a lot of companies, and I'm not sure about your company, but a lot of companies don't get into that. It's thought of as an appliance. You have to go somewhere else for that. And it's obviously so important because the cooking can generate
Mhm.
so much pollution of all
Yep.
kinds in the house. It's like a little chemistry experiment every time. A lot of homes and especially apartments have the forehead greasers
Mhm.
and they don't have exhaust going out of the structure. What's your take on that? And do you, first of all, do you guys offer anything? I know it's rare, but do you make recommendations, behavior change? Do you offer an upgrade or how do you handle those?
Obviously, source control is number one. So we'll look at the microwave or whatever, range hood, and make sure it's vented properly. Unfortunately, we don't really get into installing, retrofitting some of that stuff, just because some of the times we're dealing with certain cabinetry, and if you have to go through the cabinet, up through the ceiling plane, up into the attic, then where they might have to go up with the ductwork. They might have to get a drywaller in here, frame it, soften it, if they don't want to look at the ductwork. It should be ventilated outside if possible. But sometimes it's not doable, or they don't want to invest the money in having it done.
Mhm.
So you just try to address it the best you can with some other type of ventilation, fresh air.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is a real tough one. You ever refer those out to like the handyman, the contractors that will install those things?
Yeah, I've recommended a couple people. Usually what I'll do is if I recommend somebody, I'll tell them what to do, making sure the stuff is properly sized and
Yeah,
the
Right.
ductwork's insulated if it goes through the attic,
yeah,
Or if there's
outside,
makeup
stuff
in
like that.
this
So
unit.
I'll be like, this is the way you have to do it
yeah.
if I do have to refer it out. But I would like us to take that step, and because I know we can do it, we just haven't, taken the step to really
Mhm.
go in that direction.
Yeah, that's not an easy one. It's, I rarely come across a company that has the ability to do that.
Mhm.
And it's usually the biggest culprit in the home, right?
Yeah,
Do you have any stories about success or lessons learned that you want to share?
I would recommend just to be really thorough with your diagnosis, really. Make sure you're looking at everything. We'll just use that example that I used earlier, just a little while ago. We had the fresh air duct installed, and during heating and cooling, when the system's moving airflow, it's be able to pull in more airflow. But when it's in constant fan mode, he's just running the fan continuously. It's less airflow, so we're not pulling in as much air from outdoors. Just trying to look at stuff like that from that aspect and getting to know the equipment really before you recommend some certain things. And then I started diving into the equipment and finding out that, hey, that particular builder's grade model furnace, it's only got one fan speed for continuous fan. Is this continuous fan speed going to be enough to turn over the air enough in the home to basically clean it through the filtration system or bring in fresh air? So it's just knowing what you're working with as well. And also, that house, we put in another indoor air quality device that continuously monitors the air going through the ductwork. I'm pretty sure you guys have probably heard of it. That piece of equipment controlled the fan motor, and when it sends a signal down to the fan to turn on, it was sending a signal back up to the thermostat, and the thermostat, when it receives a signal backwards to operate the fan, it's weird. It was jumping over and turning on the air conditioning. So just being cognizant of what you're looking at and taking a step back and putting it all together.
That's what it's all about. You're using your skills, your data, your knowledge of building science to do outstanding design and installation that's commissioned. and it's exceptional. And I think we'd all agree that should be the norm, but it isn't, not by a long shot. And we certainly appreciate what you're doing out there. You make us look good. Thank you for being an Air Advice customer, because that's what this is all about.
Yep.
And I think you just gave some great advice.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.